Hey guys, Sophia here with Turquoise Toffee, and I'm back with another video. Today we're talking about the 2024 IFBB Pro League Clash Series Grl Pwr Pro. We've got Bikini and Masters Bikini, and I'm telling you, these women are stunningly beautiful. This is perhaps the most gorgeous top fives ever. Everyone looks amazing. It's unbelievable how good these girls are. In terms of Olympia, only the open competition qualifies. The Masters athletes have their own Olympia that they have to qualify for. So in terms of that open division, it's last year's top three are automatically qualified, and then the winner gets to also go to Olympia. So here is our open scorecard. A ton of athletes. In first place was Ashley, second Mary Eve, third Chantal, fourth Allison, and fifth Yulia. And the scores were very even all the way through. So here's Yulia in fifth place. Not quite in her pose in this photo, but you can still see she's looking so beautiful. I love her hair. I love the swoop to her side part. Like you just look at her face. She's so pretty. The blue suit is a stunning color. It looks great against her skin. She's got amazing conditioning. The leg detail is nuts. You see so much of this back leg, the quad, the teardrop shape. Her whole quad is outlined in the front. Great obliques, just beautiful outlining of the muscles in her arms. I think it's stunning. However, in the lineup compared to the other girls, she stands out for that conditioning. So I wonder if maybe it was just a touch too much and a little bit softer might do her better. I think it looks so good, but a tiny bit more softness in that definition might be a good thing. I think she's got great size, beautiful glutes, amazing curve, and just overall, she's stunningly beautiful. A little bit more tightness into the lower part of the stomach, I think would be really good, particularly when we get to our next athlete. You'll see some of these girls, their waistlines are like non-existent. So that's about it. I think she is incredible. Okay, next in fourth is Allison. Exactly what I mean about a tiny midsection. You cannot help but notice that triangular shape where she's extremely wide on the top and just insanely narrow into her belly button. Like, it's crazy. What a gorgeous upper body. She also has amazing glutes, beautiful size. I love this little bit of detail she gets right here at the bottom of the glute. Nice curve into her hamstrings, beautiful sweep to the top of her quad, and this front leg looks really substantial too. Just a lot of muscle, a lot of size, beautiful details coming through. I love the groove in her hip, everything. I love this smile. I love that little bit of curl at the bottom of her hair. It just gives her a bit of a sweetness. The color of her suit is beautiful. I don't know whether it's blue or purple or a combo of the two. It's just very gorgeous. I think she looks great. I do think she could be having her hair off her shoulders so that we see this back delt more. And, just to be careful with the posing, to play with the placement of this hand so that that back delt remains full and round and high to equal this one. So just to make sure we have that symmetry and the balance between left and right. And I think she's amazing. Now, in the lineup, again, I think her conditioning might have been a tiny bit too much when you compare her to the top three. There's just a lot of sharpness in the lines, particularly in her back pose and the glutes. So we'll get there in a second, but I think she looked amazing. Next in third place is Chantal. Wow, she looks just angelic. So beautiful, so poised. She looks like she's standing on a cloud, like light as a feather, dainty foot, beautiful legs. I love the richness of the tan on her leg. It's just, her skin looks buttery and smooth and gorgeous. I do wish the tan was a little darker on top. I feel like the leg is a slightly different shade than her torso. It could just be the way the photo captured it with the lighting, and maybe in person it was perfect, but my eye is seeing a darker color on the bottom than the top. I think she's got really nice lines in her legs, the groove here, this line around her quad, a little bit of detail on the back leg, but nothing crazy. She's got a really nice, smooth, flat midsection, a tiny waist, and that beautiful, big, wide lat with nice shoulders to really draw your eye from wide to narrow. I think she also has to be careful that she's not flattening her shoulder in the back. I don't know whether rotating the wrist a little or playing with the placement of the hand might help that, just so that we see more curve in this delt to match the curve in this one. I think she's just beautiful. She could have a little bit more size into the legs. I think a little bit more curve into the hamstring would be lovely. To me, she looks like she's very tall, and I know it's difficult to create that curvy, bubbly shape on the taller athletes, but that's just one tiny little thing. And maybe a tiny bit more curve into this top part of the glute. So a little bit more curves, man, unstoppable. Beautiful green suit. I think she just looks awesome. Okay, next and second is Mary Eve. Oh my gosh, those glutes are so good. She's got so much size, and what a beautiful outline of the whole lower part of the glute. Like right from her hip, it is just stunning. Gorgeous definition here, and lovely detail into the quad. I love how curvy her hamstring is. I wonder if she couldn't come up higher on her toe so that we see a little bit more of the hamstring of the back leg, but still really nice size. Good balance between the size of the glute and the size of the legs of the muscle, the muscles in the legs. Nice small waist, beautiful details coming through under her lat here with the obliques. Just overall a really gorgeous shape. Now I wonder if she wasn't quite in her pose in this photo, because I don't love how far back her arm is. I think if she could just twist the shoulders really far open and allow the arm to fall straight, so long as it's not obstructing her glute, I think that would look just more natural, more easygoing, more just flowy. Whereas right now my eye's being kind of drawn out to see where her hand is going. So that's kind of my only suggestion. I think she's got a really beautiful shape, great blue suit, love the lipstick. I think she did awesome. She did a great job. And now in first place is Ashley. So good to see her back competing, of course, in the top 5. Another win under her belt. She looks beautiful. Red suit, the red lipstick is perfect. The color match is so good. Her conditioning looks really lovely. We've got some nice ab detail, that super sharp Ashley oblique, good line coming down her quad. I do think she could have a little bit more detail coming through in the back leg, just a tiny bit. So a little bit more sharpness in the conditioning, a little bit more, visible line in the delt. Not a lot, just a little bit. I think that would look really good. We've seen her like that before. Clearly she looks amazing now. I do really like her hamstrings. Stands out to me for sure. When she's so curvy in the glute and so curvy in the hamstring, your eye just goes over her silhouette so easily. She looks beautiful. It was a great win for her. Nice to see her back. And I think everything, top to bottom, she looks really lovely. And her hair looks so shiny. It's gorgeous. Okay, so here's everyone side by side. Maybe you agree with me, 5th and 4th place, a little bit more conditioning, particularly in the legs, than we're seeing on the top 3. You really notice that outlining of Yulia's quad. I definitely noticed this gorgeous definition here on Allison. The other girls don't quite have so much detail coming through. I'm wondering if Chantal is maybe a little too sideways. Yes, it does make her waistline look really narrow, but I'm kind of not getting as much of that width in her upper body, and her whole back delt is completely hidden from my view. Whereas Mary Eve and Ashley are a little bit more with their shoulders to the front. Mary Eve is still very sideways. Ashley is a little bit more diagonal, and I think it just allows you to see the hourglass shape a little bit better. I also think here you can see Chantal could have a little bit more hamstring compared to Ashley, and a little bit more curve on top compared to Mary Eve. Amazing though, everybody. This was such a beautiful top 5. And then from behind, here is where I thought Allison's conditioning was really getting close to being too much. You see the lines so sharp here, down into the glute hem tie-ins. Yulia, you're seeing that line really, really visibly down her leg. So I think both of them have to be careful with that. The top three, a little bit more softness in the lines, but very detailed still in the glute hem tie-ins. I think Chantel, you can see, could have a little more mass in the legs compared to Mary Eve and Ashley. Mary Eve's delts look really fabulous here. Great curves. And Ashley, of course, just has really nice proportions between the size of her glutes and the curve and size of her legs. It's beautiful. I think everybody looked amazing. Ashley had a really nice overall shape. You definitely see that hourglass really clearly with the way she's posing with her elbows to the sides just a little bit. Mary Eve is almost a bit more closed off with her elbows. Perhaps if she just opened them a little bit, it would help you to see that narrowing in of her waist versus the wide shoulders like we see a little more on Ashley. Overall, just incredible. And of course, Ashley was already qualified for Olympia. So moving on to Bikini Masters 40 plus. In first place was Fallon, second Pamela, third Stephanie, fourth Belinda, and fifth Christy. And looking carefully at the numbers, it was pretty close right here between fourth and fifth place. Very exciting. So here's Christy in fifth. Beautiful. What a pretty, it's like periwinkle blue. Her suit is gorgeous with her blonde hair, the pink lip, like a mauvey pink. Stunning. She looks so beautiful. I think her tan could have been a little darker, honestly. The upper body in particular could have come more that deep, rich mahogany color. But I think she's got really nice conditioning, super chiseled oblique, nice lines coming into the legs. Her posing looks good. You really notice her tiny waist and that great curve to her glute, and she's got really nice curves in her delts as well. I do think though that she could have a little bit more muscle, like a bit more size on her frame. When I compare her in the lineup, some of the other girls look a lot more muscular overall. So just a little bit more density into the quads, maybe a little bit more, muscle in the arms. Overall, just a more muscular appearance. But I love the conditioning. I love her posing. I think it's very flattering. I love all the colors, her hair, her suit, her lipstick, her jewelry. I think she looks very pretty and is a great fifth place. Next is Belinda in fourth. Amazing glute. I like her tan color. She's a little darker. It allows you to see the muscle just a bit more clearly. I think she's got really nice conditioning as well. Maybe not as crazy hard as our last competitor. A little bit more softness in the lines and the legs, but nice chiseled oblique, beautiful outlining of the delts. She's got a little bit more size. Her arms are a little more substantial. She's got that full curvy hamstring, really nice amount of size to her quad. So I think overall she looks a little more muscular, a little bit more density, and she looks great. I do think that she could have a little bit more flatness into the lower belly. Maybe even having the suit fit higher might be more flattering to the shape. But overall, I think she looks really good. She's got lovely, dark, shiny hair, beautiful suit. I've already mentioned the tan looks amazing, and I'm loving the size of her glute here. Next is Stephanie in third, pretty in pink, looks so feminine, very beautiful. She's got great legs, gorgeous shape in the quad, that detail coming through with the line here, a little bit of detail in the back leg by the kneecap. Amazing. Posing really nicely, showing off her calf. She just looks very comfortable, easy, light on her toes. She's got a really nice small waist with great obliques. Good conditioning, right? You're seeing nice lines, beautiful detailing into the shoulders. Be careful with striations. You don't want to be too lean. But overall, I think she's got like a really nice amount of detail coming through. The tan looks great. Her hair is so pretty. I love the highlights, the face framing curls, just beautiful. A couple things though. I think her hair should be off the shoulders so that we can see the shape of the delts a little bit more. And I also feel like I'm losing the hourglass shape in the way that she's posing. She's very straight up and down. and I'm seeing like a straight line here rather than playing up that triangular shape. So perhaps a little more twist, a little more pulling out the lat and the shoulders, or maybe she just needs more size in the delts, more size in the lats, just so that we get that really wide upper body coming into that very narrow waist that she has. But I think if we could get a little bit more of the hourglass to show through, she would be really unstoppable. She's got beautiful features. I love her stage presence, and she looks great. Next and second is Pamela. She wasn't quite in her pose here. And then this photo wasn't quite the full body. So I'm giving you two pictures so you can really see Pamela. She looks amazing. As usual, she always looks beautiful. Great hair. Her makeup is it draws you to her eyes. It's just bright and beautiful right in the center of her face. It's illuminating. She looks sparkly and dazzling and gorgeous. I think her suit color is beautiful. I love that there's a little bit of a darker, almost more purpley color in the outline. Her tan looks great. Beautiful details coming through in her conditioning, the obliques, the line in her hip, this groove, amazing. Great detail in her leg, nice curve into the hamstring. I think she's got good size. She's got really nice delts, and you see that triangular upper body shape with that width coming in. I think she looks stunning. My only suggestion for Pamela is to make sure that her shoulders stay level. I'm seeing it in both of these photos where this back shoulder is higher than the front shoulder. And so instead of seeing that really straight, wide upper body, I'm getting this slanted look, and it's almost like she's being pulled down by her hand. So if she could just level out the shoulders, I think that would look really good. It would your eye would be drawn to the width of her upper body, and then you would definitely see the hourglass super clear. That's it. I think she did amazing. And now in first place is Fallon. Good grief. She looks like a superhero. Crazy abs, amazing details, six-pack, obliques. The lines in her arms are insane. Great definition, a little vascularity, beautiful groove in her hip. The quads are outlined, but like she's not overly conditioned. There aren't a bunch of crazy lines in her back leg. She looks full. She looks round. The quads, the hamstrings, the glute is so full and round and high. Her waist is extremely flat and tiny in the front, but also the amount of space between the strap of her top and the strap of her bottom is like nothing. So it goes from huge muscly shoulders, huge muscly lats, tiny waist, huge muscly glute, and into the legs. Like, it is a crazy shape, undeniably hourglass, so muscular, so full, beautiful conditioning. I can't gush enough about her entire physique. I think she looks stunning. Great suit, great hair, beautiful posing. Okay, so the side-by-side, you cannot help but look at Fallon. She looks very muscular, very substantial. The size in her legs, the hamstrings, that detail, the outlining of her quad. In this photo, I think Belinda looks like she could have more conditioning, more detail coming through, particularly in the leg. Christy, I think, just needs a little bit more size, right, when she's standing right next to Fallon. Pamela looks beautiful, really nice detail, maybe a little bit more height to the glute here. Stephanie, this is where I think you can see what I mean about you don't quite see that really exaggerated hourglass shape just in the way that she's posing, but she's got really nice lines, beautiful legs. This top five is really something. And then from behind, Fallon, her hourglass comes through so easily. Beautiful width into the narrow back. Great glute ham tie-ins. I think Christy needed a little more definition into the back of the legs. Belinda, oh man, her conditioning looks crazy in this back pose. You're seeing adductors. I wonder if maybe she's bending her knees a little too much. Maybe her stance could be a bit more narrow. Stephanie, I think, could have had a little bit more detail coming into the back on the side here into the glute ham tie-ins. And Pamela, honestly, she looks fabulous, but maybe a little more hair, just a little bit more length in that triangular shape to help you to see the hourglass. But yeah, these girls were so good. Okay, and now for 50 plus, all 5 athletes in the top 5. In first place, Pamela. Second, Stephanie. Third, Angela. Fourth, Dusty. And fifth, Stephanie. So here's Stephanie in fifth. She looks great. I love the curves in her legs. She's got beautiful size of quads, great hamstrings, really nice amount of muscle in her glutes. I think her delts, that gloss she's got going on here on the delt, on the hip, looks so good. I do think, though, that she needs to come a little leaner. I want to see that groove, the line down the leg, more sharp. I'd love to see a little bit more ab definition, a little more tightness into this midsection, just so that she has a little bit more detail coming through. But her tan is beautiful. The suit color with that platinum hair is gorgeous. I love her giant smile. Her makeup is lovely. She's posing really nice, too. I think bringing the knee more forward really flatters the shape of her quad here. So I think she did fabulous. Next and fourth is Dusty. Again, not quite in the pose, so I'm giving you 2 photos. She looks amazing. Great conditioning. Look at all this detail coming through in her hamstring, her glutes, beautiful oblique, a lot of detail in her arms. Crazy. She looks so pretty. What a lovely smile, beautiful makeup, gorgeous blonde hair with the purple suit. Just her colors look lovely. She's very alluring. I want to look at her. I want to smile along with her. I think she could have a little more size, a little more quad sweep, a bit more curve into the legs. Even in the arms, I think she could have more delt, more biceps and triceps, just a bit more substantial muscle, and a little bit more tightening into the stomach if she can, maybe a bit of a vacuuming pose, and really try to twist open and keep the shoulders level so we see that hourglass shape. But overall, I think a 4th place was pretty fabulous. Next and third is Angela. She looks amazing. Her skin looks tight. The muscles look full. She has nice conditioning, so you see the oblique, you see the outline of the quad, but she's not overly hard. You don't see abs. You don't see too much detail coming through in the delts, and it looks nice on her frame. The red suit looks beautiful. I would do an even bolder red lip if I was her. I think her posing looks nice. She's doing a great job of keeping this back delt high and nicely balanced with the front. Her glute size is awesome. Just overall, she looks really good. You see that nice hourglass shape. The calf muscle looks beautiful. She's stunning. I wouldn't mind if there was a little bit more detail coming through into the abs, like a little bit more of that 6-pack definition. But that's kind of it. I think she really nailed it. She looks awesome. And I love the long, dramatic earrings. Okay, next in second is Stephanie, who we've already seen. And then in first is Pamela, who we've already seen. So here's the side-by-side. Pamela's posing stands out for sure. She's doing a really good job of showing the legs and that width in her upper body, though I still stand by that she could have a little bit more of a level posture with her shoulders. Try to get this front shoulder to be just as high as the back shoulder. I think the tan on Pamela and Angela could have been darker. I think Stephanie and Dusty could have been, they have it right. They're nice and dark and rich. Everybody looks great. I'm noticing our 5th place winner's beautiful delt, great curve here. I'm noticing our 2nd place winner, the conditioning, the lines in her legs. 4th place, I think she looks really good. Nice amount of muscle in her glute. But it's Pamela and Angela here that are really helping me to see that hourglass shape. And then from behind, Pamela, I think, gets it for that beautiful detail in her glute hem tie-ins. She's got a bit of definition coming down into the hamstrings, which Angela is lacking a little bit. I think Stephanie in second needs a little bit more size in the legs compared to the glutes. And Pamela definitely has a lot of width and mass in her upper body. So I can see why they gave the win to her. Dusty's conditioning behind is crazy. So much detail coming through in the back of her legs. And Stephanie in 5th, I think, could have had a little bit less hair. Maybe taper it into more of a V shape so that we can see her waist. That's it. These girls were stunning. So there's one more recap from the weekend coming your way, and then another show this weekend coming up, which of course I will recap. So give me a like if you like this video, comment your thoughts below, and come find me. I'm on Instagram at turquoise toffee.